Hi,
Hi,
it's Kaylin.
it's Dustin. And today, on the barrel, Little Book, Chapter 8.
Little book in a big box.
Yeah,
A big old box.
Look at this thing.
I mean, I literally can't see past
This
it.
is practically a shipping crate. I mean, this is legit staple, like,
Yep.
wow. What a
That's
wonderful,
pretty cool.
sorry, don't ruin
The
this.
high tech.
The stand is worth more than this bottle, so. Wow, what a presentation, am I right? Freddie, no?
Am I right, Freddie? No. You expect me to be able to read that? It's like Freddie Ho. Stop moving it.
It's not Freddie Ho. Maybe that's his girlfriend. So, we got a little book, chapter 8, Path Not Taken. Let's get the bottle out of here. We'll remove this beautiful piece of glass, plastic.
I'll keep it.
Okay. Wow, what a beaut.
Own tag. Oh, it's like
Hand-carved mahogany.
It's like sealed with a kiss.
I admittedly have never had a little book.
This is related to Booker's, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Because it looks like Booker's.
Straight out of the old Beam family. Booker's releases, I believe, 4 versions of Booker's throughout the year, each quarter. And Little Book, I believe, is just a one-time annual release. I did pick up last year's as well. I do have chapter 7, although I have not opened it. And I also have not opened this one because I've just been waiting for some reason. Everyone's gonna hate me because I really don't know too much about Little Book other than as the 8th generation master distiller, Fred B. No Distillery. Wait, what? That's not a, oh, Freddie No pays homage.
Homage.
Is that different than homage?
Yes.
It says homage is the medieval oath of allegiance. And then it doesn't say anything else. Often pronounced with a silent H in American English, but the British pronunciation is closer to homage.
Because homage.
Homage is not a valid English word.
Classic, Dustin, introducing non-valid
So they're the
English
same.
words and asking me what they mean.
But neither are homage, so I guess I'm still an idiot. Freddie No pays homage to his granddaddy, Booker, by naming his first spirit Little Book. That's the name Booker gave him. And now, this spirit. Just the kind of whiskey Booker would have loved. Is what Freddie's giving back. I know last year's was, it's usually a blend of a bunch of different bourbons, and they've got the blends right here on this little card. Let's give it a little read here. We've got a blend made from 18-year Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, High Rye, an 11-year Kentucky Straight Rye Whiskey, a 7-year Kentucky Straight Rye Malt Whiskey, a 5-year Kentucky Straight Rye Whiskey, Kentucky Family Style Char 4, a 5-year Kentucky Straight Rye Whiskey, Pennsylvania Family Style Char 1, a 5-year Kentucky Straight Rye Whiskey, Pennsylvania Style Char 4, and a 4-year, you're not gonna believe this one, 4-year Kentucky Straight Rye Whiskey.
It literally seems like like what are those called, like suicide drinks when you go to the pop the pop station at the fast food place and you literally put all of the different soda pops. That's
Yes.
basically what this
This is-
seems like.
Yeah.
You heard it here first.
Why not? Obviously, rye heavy, minus the one bourbon in here, which is the 18-year, which is still a high rye bourbon. Who knows what percentages of what are in here, of course, but interesting nonetheless. The proof on this old thing is 59.1%.
Percent.
So 118.2 if you add them together. Well, I can't wait to try it. Let's give it a shot.
While Dustin's opening this bottle, if you haven't liked and subscribed and you like it, then do it.
It's definitely something you could do.
Oh my god.
Thank you.
I mean, did you finish? I'm not gonna respond to that comment.
There's like the wax is still on here, so I'm just gonna. Oh, that's weird.
This is the most awkward. This is the most awkward situation.
I like this. We're just gonna leave it for a little bit. We'll just put the cap back on.
Oh my God.
Wow. Freddie knows how to put a cork in a bottle.
Wow.
All right, first crack
I had to really get
on
in
this
there.
little book, little neck pour. So we'll see what it smells like here, fresh out the bottle. Oh, it just reminded me of, man, the first initial smell reminded me of a cocktail that your mother makes, and I don't remember which one.
Not just like a brandy
Wow.
old-fashioned.
God, it might have been something like that, but
Honestly,
I mean,
I
this
would
is
actually
like
say
rye spice
it
all day.
smells a little bit more like the bourbon smash. I think it smells a little bit like that with mashed strawberries in it.
yeah. I think maybe that's what I got right away.
Because
which is so
we literally
weird.
just made that cocktail last weekend, and so I do feel like I've smelled it recently enough to agree that I think you're right.
That's really weird to have gotten out of
Like a
just
bourbon
a
smash.
bunch of ryes, but you know, you can't fool yourself when you're trying.
Yeah, pretty delightful, pretty hot, but pretty tasty from a smell perspective.
A tasty nose.
Like ripe or almost overly ripe
Yeah, that was
strawberries.
weird. It was like if you're having that cocktail, that type of cocktail, the moment you put it up to your, to take a
Yeah.
drink, it's that smell of the cocktail.
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
what I got, which is so weird.
I'm going in.
Otherwise, I mean, now that that's gone away, the rye is like, that's rye.
Wow. None of the smell
No,
is on the taste.
that is completely different palate from what's on the nose.
Pretty rye all day
Like peppery. That was like pepper.
and rye
Like-
bready.
Yes.
Like,
Holy buckets, man.
I mean, I guess that's what you get when you put a bunch of ryes in a
Yeah.
barrel and then stir
What
it
a
around.
weird, crazy like difference that was, though. What a fun surprise.
Surprise, surprise. Surprise, surprise.
And again, I mean, this is the first pour of this, so
Kind of chewy, like on the back end, like a little bit like,
it was very dry mouthfeel too.
yeah, from the standpoint of water, the driest. A little sweeter now on like my third or fourth taste or whatever. Only right at the beginning, and then it's pretty immediately for me like
There's a little bit of,
bitter tart, and
Yeah.
then rye.
and maybe that's the breadiness that you mentioned, but I get sort of a, not bitterness necessarily, but a, like an oat-iness.
A little bit of that.
Like I get a little bit if you've ever, I mean, maybe you can do this with rye too. I don't think I've ever chewed on rye, but when I was little and we'd go to my cousin's farm or my dad's cousin's farm, we would go pick like wheat, from the fields, and then you chew on the little kernels, and it'd turn into like gum basically. If you chewed it enough. So I always thought that was so cool. But that type of like, grain flavor is in here too, which is cool. It's a little bit of a ride, a little bit of a meander, if you will.
Yeah, I think I definitely agree with doughy. Like it tastes a little bit like the
Yeah,
raw
that's
dough side of the raw dough
Maybe
side
that's
of
what it
bread.
is.
Like I don't make bread often, but I have made it at least once that I feel like I know that like sticky doughy taste. Not really a ton of sugar in the substance, just all the components of bread.
Just a little tiny book.
Filled with a lot of things.
Failed opportunity to make this thing a tiny book. This should be a little book.
I'm sure it was discussed.
A little book of facts. Here. What are we doing? Okay, I want to sit here by the fire, flipping through a tiny little book and be like, oh, what is there? A 15-year Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey high rye in here? Oh, there's also a Pennsylvania family style Char 1. It's interesting. I feel like I got what this says is the aroma more on the palate than what it actually says was on the palate. I almost think I got the opposite, honestly,
What does it
what's
say
the
on the
taste
palate?
and the smell. So the aroma is butterscotch, fresh dill, and toasted rye bread.
Mm-hmm.
And the taste is floral notes intermingled with sweet apricot and heavy oak. I mean, I can see the heavy oak. This is
I really didn't taste any apricot, and I didn't
either.
I really didn't. Maybe butterscotch?
Yeah, I don't really get a ton
I
of
don't
butterscotch
get a
either.
ton of butterscotch.
I can see the dill though now. It's not quite into the land of minty. Like sometimes ryes can be a little minty, especially if you let it sit and you could convince yourself that you just ate a little bit
How
of
am
a
I
dill.
supposed to keep from singing "Let It Linger" when you say words like that?
What is that?
The cranberries. You have to let it linger. You have to, and you have to.
So who's singing now? Huh? Who's against the rules now?
I think it's you have to let it linger.
Although I didn't promise anybody that Kaylin wouldn't sing. But that's what you get sometimes on this channel.
This feels like a pricey bottle.
What's pricey though?
The Bookers I bought you, I know was $100. So what was this?
You know, I actually got this one. I
love a story.
No, I got this one. I you not.
Don't
For
me.
I was actually going into a store looking for something else.
Classic.
And this was sitting there for $150.
Am I supposed to be impressed?
It might have even been $145. I have the receipt somewhere.
Oh my god, $5 less than that?
It was like right at, if not like under MSRP for this bottle. So I was pretty amped about that.
Wow.
I'm
Little
excited.
book as expensive as college books.
I mean, I don't know. I didn't go to college, but
Well, they were that expensive.
they
It
were-
was insanity. All of them were over $100.
I was gonna say I thought they were more than that, but I'm sure collectively.
Collectively, yeah, they were hundreds of dollars. But
I'm really excited to see how this evolves a little bit now that it's open.
I am too,
Maybe
because
revisit
I'll
it
be
a-
honest, like now that I know the price tag, and I kind of assumed the price tag was somewhere around there, like it's not for me. It's not that I think it tastes bad, and I can totally see where this is somebody's jam, like you.
I think
But
you're
I don't love it.
okay.
But
Wow.
but not because
Thumbs down.
Not a thumbs down.
Thumbs
Just-
down to the little book.
Just like of the things we've tried, I like other things more, and other things cost less, and I like to. That does, for me, at least to a degree, play into it a little bit.
No,
Yes,
that
for
absolutely does
entrees,
play
but-
into it. That's something that like
Well, you see this,
value-
and you
like,
see
literally-
like something that you've been wanting to try, and you
Yeah.
found it available for the same or less than
Yeah,
what you were
and I think
expecting
I won-
to find it, and all this stuff.
I think I won chapter 7 in a raffle last year, so that was just an exciting like, oh, I've never had a little book before. I'm excited about
Yeah.
that. Like great. But yeah, I certainly wasn't, out looking for one of these or I haven't been really seeking out one of these. But man, you're having a pretty damn good night if you got a bottle of this and a bottle of that Calumet Farm 16-year bourbon.
Okay, well, I really liked the Calumet Farm, so
I mean,
I'll drink that.
If
and
you're
you
looking
drink
for
this.
just like, I want a damn good rye and a damn good bourbon, and I'm gonna sit by a fire for 3 hours and just relax.
That is
Oh,
Dustin's ideal.
That is, I would bring this and that, and I would be happy as a little clam. Why are clams happy? Why is that?
Because they always look like they're smiling. They should have a big old
Is that
smile.
why that's a thing?
I don't. That's why I think it's a thing. I'm not sure why the other people think it's a thing.
They open their mouth and they're just,
Whether they're opening their mouth or they're not opening their mouth, they have like a smiley face.
who can know for sure? Hey, thanks for watching.
Thank you.
And also, tune in next time.
For a surprise.
Kaylin's going to install a water heater.
No, we have a nearly
No.
brand new water heater.
I know.
I will never be installing another water heater, but I had to carry it into this house, and I carried the old one out, and it was too heavy and awkward.
Carry on my wayward son.